Erica Ramirez from Houston, Texas. I'm 31 years old. I am a single mom of two. Being a single mom is very rewarding, but it's also very difficult because childcare is expensive. And a lot of times when I would look for a job, I had to consider childcare. I couldn't afford it. And one day I decided to apply for the Workforce Solutions financial aid for childcare. I first heard about the Workforce Solutions at my local mall. I was walking by and I seen an advertisement outside their door saying that it had on their sign, "Need assistance with childcare, contact the Workforce Solutions." And I went inside and they had me make an account with them. I made an account and all of a sudden I started receiving tons of emails from them, whether I was looking for a job or seeking childcare assistance. During my training at my job, I received a phone call. She says, "I'm calling you with good news. You're approved. Do you have a daycare in mind?" I said, "I do." She said they could start as soon as tomorrow. For my kids to go to a daycare that I picked, it meant a lot to me. I did Uber full time. It was okay money. I liked that I was able to do my own schedule. I liked that I was able to work around my kids' schedule. I would wake up in the morning, take my kids to daycare, and then I would go Uber. Uber is a self-employed business. There's no benefits. There was times where I would get sick or needed to go to the dentist and I didn't have health care. I didn't have enough money to go to the doctor. And that's when it would get to me that I needed to do something better, not only for myself, but for my children. I want to be able to provide for my children without struggling. I want to be able to have a career that my children will be proud to talk about. When I was trying to decide what I wanted to go back to school for, I went to a job fair at the workforce and I seen information about truck driving school. And that's when I immediately said, I want to go to truck driving school. I want to get my CDL. I fell in love with driving while doing Uber and working at the local transportation company. So before going to the truck driving school, I called my boyfriend and my sister and I said, "Hey, I'm headed to the college to sign up to register for truck driving school to get my CDL. I'm on my way to Houston Community College Northeast to sign up for truck driving school." They were both excited. They said, "Go for it." And I get there to the campus, not even thinking. I stop at the first building that I see. I asked the front desk receptionist, "Where do I go to sign up for truck driving school?" She said, "Ma'am, you're in the wrong building. This is the law enforcement building." I seen cadets walking in their uniform up and down the hall. The fire department was there, EMS. I walked out. I went to my car and I immediately started crying. I remembered I've always wanted to be a police officer since I was little. I didn't have the best childhood growing up. I had a lot of bad examples, and I've always wanted to be the complete opposite. I had a lot of people tell me that I wasn't important, that I was never gonna be anything. So I allowed it to get to me for so long, until one day I said, I want to be the opposite of all that. I want to make a difference in my community. I want to be someone. I want to serve my community. I want to be there for people the way I wanted people to be there for me. I want to protect people. I want to make people feel heard. As I was sitting in my car, crying, remembering what I really wanted. At that moment, I said, I'm not going to go to truck driving school. I want to be a police officer. So I started the police academy May 2023. Unfortunately, I didn't make it to the second level. I didn't pass PT. And at that moment, I didn't know what to do anymore. And I spoke with a few people. I spoke with some family members, and they encouraged me to do it again. During those 3 months in the police academy, I struggled hard. The only reason why I was able to do it again, because I still had that child care. I had a classmate named Brittany Loya. She seen how hard I worked. She knew I wanted it, but it wasn't my timing. And she would tell me, you're gonna make it the next time. I spoke with my instructor, Gilbert Palacios, and I was crying. He knew I worked hard. He knew I was out there. He knew I put in the work more than others. He encouraged me to sign up for the next class. So I signed up again for the police academy.
I'm Elizabeth Crane. I am one of the instructors here at Houston Community College Police Academy. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Erica Ramirez. Erica was one of my students. She came to me last fall for the police academy. She had been here previously and had some struggles with the physical training portion of the academy. So she came into my class. I was really excited to have her. Great attitude. Erica was an outstanding academic student. But the police academy, we have a PT portion, a physical training portion of the academy that can be a struggle for some of our students, and it was for Erica. But I watched her work extremely hard while she was here. She worked hard during class, she worked outside of class, she did extra running, extra push-ups, extra sit-ups. She worked extremely hard. I even watched her during lunch go out on the track and run so that she could make sure that she passed the PT portion of the academy. She graduated in April of this year, and she went out and she got a job with an agency, and I'm extremely proud of her. In fact, so much so that I asked her to come back and talk to my new classes now. She's been such an inspiration for us.
You can't. It's their opinion, not yours. If they don't know how, you know how.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet. And I worked hard. I did everything. I changed my eating. I ran a mile every day. I focused a lot on cardio. The first week was PT testing. I went out there, I gave my all. The coaches seen my numbers, and they said, Ramirez, we could work with that. It motivated me to push harder.
My name is Gilbert Palacios. I'm a coordinator instructor in the Law Enforcement Academy here at Houston Community College's Northeast Campus in the Public Safety Division. My job is to help train cadets to become police officers in the state of Texas. We go through 736 hours of training. Ms. Ramirez was in my class in earlier last year, and she ended up not being able to complete my class because of the physical training requirements. However, she was tenacious in continuing her training outside of the class, and she never wavered. She never gave up, and then when she got to the next class, she passed all of the physical training, the 1.5 miles in 17 minutes and 30 seconds, 25 push-ups, 25 sit-ups, 300 meter in 70 seconds. She was able to pass every bit of the physical training requirements that we had set forth at the time, and passed it with flying colors. Now she's with Precinct 4 Constable's Office here in Harris County, and just doing a phenomenal job. I've seen the transition of her from being a cadet or being just a regular college student to becoming a cadet to now being a police officer. It's just, it's heartwarming to see, because she never gave up.
I had the TCO test April 18th. I passed it. And later that night was graduation. I finally graduated from the academy. Walking across the stage to get pinned was one of the most special nights of my life. I finally made it. I made it to the finish line. I'm officially a deputy. I got hired on with Harris County Constable's Office, Precinct 4.
Us and I'm really proud of my mom, and she never gives up. She just keeps trying. I know this was really hard for her, but she still haven't gave up yet, and she's the best. I love how she cooks, and I'm thankful that she takes care of us. And I know sometimes it's hard for her, but she doesn't give up.
Being a police officer, you have to buy your own equipment. I had nothing. I've never been a police officer, so I had to start from the bottom. I asked a few family members if they could help me out, and some did with whatever they had. But it still wasn't enough. I needed a lot more items. I needed work boots. I needed all my duty gear, and that stuff is not cheap. My instructor, Elizabeth Crane, sent me a flyer from the workforce about financial aid, and I applied. Within 2 days, Mr. Tobias called me. He asked me a few questions, had me fill out some forms, and in 2 days, the Workforce Solutions approved me for financial aid.
Yes, my name is Leroy Tobias. I'm a career advisor here at the Workforce Solutions Southeast office. I've been working in workforce development and services for the last 20 years. Yes, I came to know Erica Ramirez. She came to us through the Middle Skills Initiative grant, and she contacted me here locally and wanted more information on how we can assist her to see if she is potentially eligible for the service. Okay, Ms. Ramirez is so deserving of assistance, sacrificing herself as a law enforcement officer, doing things that she does for the community. She's a role model for others, especially with her kids.
It happened so quickly. Tobias sent me an email asking me to send me the items that I needed for my duty belt. With no hesitation, I quickly replied and sent him the items that I needed. It was a lot of items. By Monday, I had packages getting delivered to my door. I'm extremely thankful for the Workforce Solutions, for helping me in my time of need, for making my journey possible. And lastly, I want to give thanks to Leroy Tobias with the Workforce Solutions for helping me during this process.
Workforce Solutions knows the tools you need to get a job, keep a job, or find a better job.